Oh, what's going on, GameLeap? This is Coach Ease, and in today's upload, we're going to be going through those champion changes that I mentioned in yesterday's video that are going to be hitting the Rift most likely in 12.10, and this is the big durability patch where we're either decreasing damage, but they're also with the champion changes targeting the sustain and innate healing that some of these champions have. So most of the roster is going to be affected, and what I'm going to do in this video, I'm just going to go through the changes and list them, and you guys in the comment section can have your say on the impact you think these changes are going to have. But just before we do get into the video, one thing you guys have to do before you get into your next game is to download the Professor app linked in the description, because it allows you to quickly import the best rune page used from the best players in the world on the champion you're picking. You don't have to make the rune page, just one click of a button and bang, you're ready to go. But that's not all, because the app also allows you to scout your opponents, and the app will give you their stats, how well they play their champion, so you can know more about your opponent than they know about themselves. And the app also gives you an in-game overlay, so you can compare your CS and your kill participation to your rank or even challenger players like Faker. And there's a reason why 3 million people have downloaded this free application, guys. It's because it works. So get around it in Season 12. Those links are in the description. Now let's get into the changes. So for Aatrox, your Ease Omnivamp is reduced. Your Ease Omnivamp during your ultimate is also reduced, and the bonus healing from your ultimate is also reduced. Now for Ahri, your passive's healing against minions is down. Your passive's healing against champions is also down. Now for Akshan, the shield in your passive, this is going to be smaller next patch. For Alistair, the heal in your passive, this is down as well and also applies to teammates. For Annie, your E shield, this is down. For Aphelios, your Severum, your red gun, the heal is reduced in this, and the heal from your Severum's ultimate is also down. Now for Azir, the shield in your E, this is going down as well. For Bard, the base heal in your W and the empowered heal, both of these are getting nerfed. Now for Camille, the shield in your passive, this is getting reduced by 3%. For Cassiopeia, the heal from your Twin Fang, this is also getting nerfed, particularly in the late game. For Cho'Gath, the heal in your passive, this is getting nerfed as well. For Darius, the heal in your Q per target, this is getting reduced from 15% to 13% based off your missing HP. For Diana, the shield in your W is also getting nerfed. For Mundo, your ultimate, the HP stored in this is also getting nerfed. Now for Echo, more shields here, the base shield in your W is getting reduced. For Elise, your Spider Form, the heal you get from this, the ratio is going down 2%. For Fiddlesticks, your W's heal against champions and monsters is getting reduced. So in team fights and your jungle clear, this will be impacted. For Fiora, the passive from your heal is getting reduced, and remember, lots of items that Fiora might buy, so Gore Drink, Adept's Dance, both of these are getting nerfed as well. Now your ultimate's base heal per second, this is getting reduced too, especially in the later stages of a game. Now for Galio, the shield in your W, this is getting reduced, and more so in the late game. Now for GP, your W's where you eat that orange, the base heal is getting reduced by 5, and the actual heal HP scaling is also down 2%. Now for Garen, the regen of your HP in your passive, this is getting nerfed as well, and just like for Garen, for Gragas, the heal in your passive, this is getting reduced, but in this case by 1.5%. Now for Gwen, the healing in your passive from 70% of damage dealt to 60%, and also the max healing is reduced too. Now for Alawi, the healing off your tentacles is getting reduced from 5% missing HP to 3%. For Aurelia, and this is quite a big one, your Q's heal AD ratio is reduced from 8% to 16% to 7%, not a big drop, only 1%, but to 11%. That's a 5% drop, and in the late game when you actually do have AD from items, this is going to hit Aurelia pretty hard, which is probably going to excite most of you. Now Ivern is also getting nerfed, the shield in your E, the base of it, this is going down by 10 in the early game and then 30 in the late game, and the AP ratio is also down by 5%. So as you do start getting a little bit of AP from your items, the shield is not going to be as big. And this is kind of the same for Janna as well, because the shield from your E, this is going down in terms of its base value, but also the AP ratio is going down by 5%. Now the heal from your ultimate per second, well, kind of the same here, because the base heal is down in the early game. It's going to be the same in the late game though, so the base heal from rank 1 is going to be lower, but once you get to level 16 and 3 points in your ultimate, it will be the same, but it's scaling off less of your AP, so 5% less again. Now for J4, the shield in your W, the base of it, this is going down by 10 at each rank, and the W percentage HP shield per enemy, this is going down 0.2%. Now for Kai'Sa, the shield in your ultimate, the base shield is going down, and it's also scaling less off your attack damage and AP, so both forms of Kai'Sa will be nerfed in 12.10. Now for Karma, the shield in your E, this is getting reduced and also scaling less less of your AP. Now your ultimate's W, the heal per hit, is going down 3%, and also your ultimate's E, where you shield everyone around you, the shields are getting reduced, and also scaling less off your AP as well. Now for Kale, the heal in your W, the base heal is down, and also it's scaling 5% less off your AP. I kind of sound like a broken record at the moment, but the changes are pretty consistent for every champion. Now for Kayn, the heal in your E is getting reduced, and also scaling less off your bonus AD. But that's not all for Kayn, because the Darken form, your healing is reduced by 5% at all stages of a game, and also your Darken's ultimate healing is also reduced by 5%. Now for Kha'Zix, your W's base heal is getting reduced by 10 to 30 in the late game, so 10 in the early game. Now for Kindred, the heal off your W, this is getting reduced, the base heal, and also your ultimate heal is also going down. Now for Kled, your remount HP, this is going down by 5% at all stages of a game. For Lee Sin, your shield and your W, the base shield is down, and also the vamp and lifesteal you get from your W, your Iron Will, this is also getting reduced, but in the later stages of a game. Still the same in the early game. Now for Lilia, the champ heal you get in your passive, the AP ratio and the base heal, these are both down. For Lissandra, your ultimate's healing, so when you ult yourself and you get some HP back, you won't be recovering as much HP anymore. Now for Lulu, the base shield in your E, going down, and also your ultimate's base health, this is going down as well. Now for Lux, your W's base shield per hit is reduced. For Malphite, your passive shield, this is going down by 1%. For Maokai, the base heal in your passive, going down in the later stages of a game, and also the heal HP ratio is also getting nerfed by 0.5% in the early game to 4% in the late game. Now for Mordekaiser, the heal in your W, this is getting reduced by 5%. For Morgana, the healing in your passive, down by 2%. For Nami, the healing in your W, this is getting reduced as well and scaling less off your AP. For Nasus, the lifesteal in your passive, going down by 1% early game to 3% in the late game. For Nidalee, your E's heal, which got buffed recently, this is getting nerfed for the late game, and it's also scaling less off your AP by 5%. Now for Nocturne, the heal in your passive, reduced, but it is actually going to scale more of your AP. So I don't know if Riot want you to build Nash's too fair, but those are the changes, and minions are still at 50% by the way, the heal from them. Now for Nunu, your Q's heal, this is reduced and also scaling less off your bonus HP, 4% less in fact, and also 20% less from AP. But if you use your Q on a champion, it's still at 60%. Now for Nautilus, who's popular in pro play and in solo queue at the moment, his W shield is getting reduced, and it's also getting nerfed by 1% in terms of the HP. Now for Olaf, since the changes hit in the top lane, he's really become a menace, so in 12.10, instead of getting 14 HP per level, he is going to get 9 instead, which actually sounds like quite a sizable nerf. Now for Orianna, your E shield is down, as is the AP ratio by 5%. For Poppy, the shield in your passive is going down by 2% at all stages of a game. Now for Pyke, your solo grey HP that is stored, this is getting reduced in terms of the lethality you have from your items, and also the grey health stored near multiple enemies is getting reduced as well based off your lethality too. Now for Rakan, the shield in your passive going down, also scaling 5% less off your AP. The heal in your Q is going down and scaling 15% less off your AP, and your E shield, this is going down as well at scaling 10% less off your AP. Now for Rel, the heal in your Q getting reduced by 1%. Your dismount shield in your W, the shield in this is also going down and scaling less off your HP. Now for Renata Glass, your E's base shield is going down in the later stage of the game. For Renekton, a bit like Olaf, you're getting 9 HP per level instead of 14. Also the heal from your Q when you use it on minions, this is getting reduced by 1%. And also the empowered Q minion, so when you have Red Fury, this is going down 3%. So a lot less sustained during the laning phase. Now your Q on champions, the heal on this as well is getting nerfed and scaling less off your AD, and your empowered Q against champions, this is getting nerfed exactly the same. Now for Riven, this should feel really weird for Riot, but she is getting nerfed in 12.10, but it's only the E shield, which is going to scale less off your bonus AD, and the value is going to be significantly less in the late game. Now for Rumble, the shield in your W, this is down and scaling 5% less off your AP. For Senna, the heal in your Q, the base heal is going down in the late game, and it's also scaling less off your bonus AD, but the lethality and AP ratios, these are going to stay the same. Now the shield you and your teammates get from your ultimate, this is going down in the early game. Now for Seraphine, your W shield is getting reduced and scaling off 5% less of AP. And also your W's heal AP ratio, this is going down as well, based off 100 AP. Now for Shen, the shield in your passive, the HP ratio scaling, this is going down 2%. And also the shield in your ultimate, the base value is going down and also scaling less off your bonus HP. The AP ratio, however, is untouched, so if you want to go def cap Shen, keep going it. Now for Skarner, the shield in your W, down by 1%. For Sona, the heal in your W is down in the later stages of a game and scaling off 5% less of AP. And on top of that, the W shield is down, so in terms of the base shield and the late game, and just like the heal nerf, it's scaling off 5% less of AP. Now for Soraka, these nerfs are a little heftier because the AP ratio in your W's heal is going down by 20% in terms of the AP ratio, and the base heal is also going down quite a lot, by 50 in fact, in the late game. Now your ultimate's heal is also getting reduced in terms of the base heal, and it's scaling off 5% less of AP. Now for Swain, the heal in your passive, this is going down, and also the heal per second, this is getting reduced and also scaling less off your AP. Now for Silas, the minimum heal in your W, this is going down at every stage of a game, and it's scaling less off your AP. Now for Tahm Kench, the heal in your Q, this is getting reduced, and the Grey Health in your E is also getting nerfed for solo lane or bot lane Tahm Kench as well. Now funnily enough, one of the few buffs on this list, we have Talia, who is gaining 102 base HP instead of 70, and she's also getting 2 base armor. Now for Talon, your Q's heal is reduced from 10 to 70 to 9 to 55. Now Thresh is another champion who isn't actually getting nerfed, but these are some changes. So Thresh now has armor growth, and this is at 1.25 because he didn't have any before because of his souls. But the compensation nerf, I guess, is that his W's base shield, this is going down by 10 to 30 in the late game. Now Trundle is getting nerfed, so the heal in your passive per target getting reduced. For Tryndamere, the heal in your Q is going down, and the heal per Fury is also down as well. Now for Urgot, the shield you get in your E, this is down and scaling less off your bonus AD and also less off your bonus HP. So if you're going Frostfire Gauntlet with Titanic Hydra Urgot, you will certainly feel these. Now for Vex, the shield in your W, this is getting nerfed and it's scaling less off your AP. For Vi, the shield in your passive down by 2%. For Viego, a lot of nerfs here. The heal from your passive down. The heal from your Q versus champions, versus monsters, versus minions. Well, versus minions is actually unchanged, but against champions and monsters, this is getting nerfed. Now for Victor, the shield from your Q, whether you use this on a minion or an enemy champion, this is down and also scaling less off your AP by 2%. For Vladimir, the heal in your Q, the AP ratio, down by 5%. The empowered Q, the base heal is getting reduced, and also based off your missing HP, your Q is getting nerfed too. And to finish Vladimir off, the heal you get from your ultimate from subsequent targets, this is going down by 10%. Now for Volibear, the heal in your W, this is getting nerfed in the late game. Your E shield, this is getting reduced, and also your bonus health is reduced from your ultimate from 200 to 600 to 175 to 525. Now for Warwick, the heal in your Q, this is down by 5% early game to 15% in the late game. For Xin Zhao, the healing from your passive, this is getting nerfed, and it's also going to scale less off your AD. AP ratios are untouched though, so once again, if you're one of those chads going Def Cap Xin Zhao or something like this, then you should have no worries. Now for Yasuo players, the shield in your passive going down, and for his twin brother Yone, the shield in your W, this is getting reduced and scaling less off your bonus attack damage. Now for Yorick, the heal in your Q, this is getting reduced as well, more so in the late game. And for Yuumi, the shield in your passive, this is getting reduced also by 5% off your AP. And for Zac, the heal per blob in your passive is getting reduced. So that was a bit of a mouthful, wasn't it? But these are exciting times. League of Legends is changing, and the balance team, I'm all for it, to be honest. This is going to mix it up. It's hopefully going to change the meta and bring some new champions into the limelight. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Let me know in the comment section what you think of these nerfs and the changes, and what you think League is going to be like. Good, bad, the ugly, whatever it is you're thinking, let me know down below. And until tomorrow's daily Season 12 upload, this has been Coach Peace.